Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. For absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Grand day, Royals, and welcome to Rock Truth Radio. I am your host, SelenaKay. My co-host, he had to step out for the day. We are definitely praying for you and your family, King. Um, but we have to get right into this show. Today we're going to be talking about April Fools and how not to be an April Fool all year. Okay. Grand Rising. I see I got a Facebook user saying good morning, Grand Rising to whomever you are. I can't see you. If you want to let me know who you are, I definitely shout you out. Thank you for tuning in. As we are going to start the show as we rock truth or absolutely nothing. Before we get started, let's go ahead and get into our sponsors. As you guys know, we are officially sponsored by none other than Healthy in Space. Healthy in Space, located at 6004 Broadway in Maryville, Indiana. They're open Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Get your herbs, get your CMAs, get your tinctures, get your skincare, get your vitamins, and so much more. Okay, so much more. They also have daily savings. Daily savings. So enjoy 10% off at Healthy in Space in Maryville. On Mondays, they have Men Health Mondays, Tea Time Tuesdays, Women Health Wednesdays, tinctures and tonics on Thursdays, free radical Fridays, and skin care Saturdays. Enjoy 10% off. And if you mention that you saw this on Rock Truth Radio, if you mention SelenaKay, get the Rock True discount of 10% off your entire purchase. Hello. Yes, absolutely. Let me just make sure I have grand sound. Making sure I just have grand sound. Give me a second, guys, to do a sound check real quick. Testing, 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 testing. Hold on just a second. Green days, and skin. Oh, boom. We have it. Okay. Just double checking. All right. Coolness. All right, guys. And then also, we are sponsored by none other than The Vibe. We are currently filming from or airing from as well. The Vibe Studios here in Lake Station, Indiana. Shout out to The Vibe. That would be none other than Mr. VNO. What you know, Ron Reed himself, my co-host, redirect, regroup, refocused, life coach Jeff Releford, as well as Smooch. Who is Smooch? Who is Smooch Wallace? You may want to find out, man. Check him out on IG, as well as Rock Truth, man. Rock Truth in the building. Okay, guys. So real quick, let's get into this. Let's get into our topic. And I'm going to need you to kind of like, talk back with me today because I don't have my king. However, we're going to definitely make it through. So, April Fool. April Fool. This is like, you know what? The older I get, the more I forget about these traditional holidays because they're not technically holy days, which is exactly what a holiday is supposed to be. You cut the word in half, it's supposed to be holy day. And so I forget about them. I totally forget about them. I just be moving and grooving, and I really don't acknowledge too many of them anyway. But to use it as a relative point to be made is definitely imperative. It's definitely imperative. Everybody know what it's like to be a fool. You know what I mean? Everybody know what it's like, especially a fool in love, right? Everybody knows what it's like to be a fool, but you don't have to be a fool, one, and you don't have to be an April Fool all year around. Listen, uh, my cousin, I had a cousin one time, and I know that it must have been, a death in our family or something like that that ended up bringing out the conversation. And I remember when she said, if mama died, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I'm sitting there in my head in that moment. I had to be possibly about 18 years old. And I'm sitting in my head in that moment and I'm just saying to myself, like, if my mom was passed away, I know exactly what to do. We were equipped. We were equipped to know exactly what to do and how to think, and so I don't want to be that type of a April Fool all year round, right? Like I don't want to grow in life and not know what to do when my parents aren't around. And that's imperative. So that's one of the topics that we're going to discuss today regarding being an April Fool is your parenting. Your parenting. Let's talk about success in parenting. But first, the definition of success, because success isn't everything that we think it is. Success is actually your ability to adjust you to change. You're successful when change occurs and you can properly adjust yourself. You're not growing crazy, you're not depressed, you're not oppressed, you're not pressed or stressed at all. It's not even a thing. It actually displays character when chaos is present. And so it actually shows you who you really are and what you're actually made of when you're growing through change or a crisis. And so that comes with a level of, maturity too. It's taught in the environments that we have from our parents, but it's also taught through maturation. It takes time to develop that level of maturity where you know how to just adjust yourself to the weather, whether this happens or whether that happens. And so even in the context of weather, I mean, we know that summer is approaching, right? But last summer, did we throw away our summer clothes? No, we packed them bad boys up. Unless you lost weight, unless you lost or you gained, right? We packed those bad boys up and we prepared ourselves, or it puts us in a place of preparation for the upcoming year. And so it's the same premise, it's the same ideology. It's being prepared for change. Just because the weather changes doesn't mean that I throw everything that I know out of the window. No, you build upon it, you build up on it. And so with parenting, not being an April Fool in parenting. Hi, shout out to Dr. J in the building. Yep, fools fall in love too. They do, but you still ain't got to be a fool, right? You do not have to be a fool. Grand Day King, there's Smooch Wallace. Who is Smooch Wallace? Find out. Find out on IG. Thanks for tuning in, King. What's going on? Black Butterfly Podcast in the building. Listen, one of my grandest supporters, like from day one. Yo, shout out to Amaru. Thank you guys. Shout out to Candace in the building. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yo, talk back to me about being an April Fool all year long and parenting. right? So we're talking about parenting, being successful as a parent and what that means. So to be successful as a parent, you have equipped your children. You have equipped your children. You have assured that they have all the knowledge, first and foremost, that you were to pass down to them generationally, prior to your own recall. You know what I mean? Like you that's where wealth lies, in the wisdom, the wise domination that you pass down to your children. And so if your children are growing through life and they don't know what to do in your absence, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Queen. You have failed as a parent. You have failed as a parent. And one thing about it is, a lot of parents, they love for their children to be totally dependent, not interdependent, but totally dependent upon them. It gives them some form of validation, or, clout in a sense. However, no, it is evidence that you have been unsuccessful as a parent. As a parent, I'm blessed. I'm blessed that my children know exactly what it is that they need to do as children if I'm not here. I was just talking to my son yesterday, and I'm just like, yo, like, hey, King, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Like, take care of yourself. Like, despite any disabilities that the world desires to label you with, it does not mean that you cannot equip yourself to know what to do in my absence. And the thing about it is, growing through what I've had to grow through with Rock Truth, my absence is present. I can't be there for everything. I couldn't be there as much as I desired to be there. I couldn't. However, they were equipped from the jump. They were equipped from the jump, from the gate. Like, they know what to do. And so I reiterated, hey, make sure you're doing this, da 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 da. He's like, I know, mom. I know, mom. Yeah, okay. It's good that you know. I need you to do. I need you to do, TJ. Like, do that. But equipping your children, is imperative. It's an imperative piece, because it's equipping the next generation, and generations to come. Your parenting skills today should have an effect for 4 generations down. Okay, let's go ahead. Sheena Bella in the building. Hey, babe. Hey, boo. Parenting is so hard, but it's such a blessing, worth all of the sacrifices. Listen, it's challenging. I wouldn't say hard, because what I've discovered is that anything that is hard in life is something that you don't want to do. Right? The things that are easy are the things you want to do. Look how easy it is for you to get it done. Like, yo, you can find the resources just to accomplish those goals when you want to. But when you don't, yep, you can find 5,000 excuses. And so parenting, I know, is something that we both want to do. We definitely want to do. There are definite challenges that come along with it, because in our idea, we want to provide our children with quality. We want to provide our children with the finance, and that also comes with financial obligation. And you can't meet that all the time, right? You can't meet that all the time, and you start feeling bad upon yourself. I remember Christmas. First of all, growing back to our holy days, all right? It meant so much to me. Christmas, oh my God, everything. And ironically, my son was born on Christmas, right? Like, the gift that just keeps on giving. But it meant everything for me, like just family and love and giving and laughter and good food and all of that. But Christmas was everything. And I remember it was one Christmas and I couldn't provide gifts and all of this stuff for my children. And when I tell you, I boohooed, I cried so bad. I cried so bad because, like, it's bad enough. Like, all year, we're like kind of like struggling just to, make these ends meet. And then at the very least, I can get you guys something for your birthday. I can get you something for Christmas. And so when that year came, it was such a struggle. It was just bad on my psyche and on my mental. And then through that, though, God taught me the value of things, the value of people. I still have my children with me. A lot of people are losing their children to all types of different things, from abuse to violence. And so or just natural causes, and or just because God said so, right? Because that's the author and finisher anyway. And so he humbled me. He brought me down to the true define and reason that we're celebrating Christmas anyway. It ain't about them, it's God's birthday, right? Like he should be getting gifts, not us technically giving gifts to each other. And if we're giving a gift to each other and we model after the gift that keeps giving, it's giving of ourselves. And so I've learned to give of myself to my children. You know, we buckled it down to about, you got one item that you can ask for. One. I didn't even put a price cap on it. One item that you can ask for. Go big or go home is what I say, right? But one item. And then even in that, like my children, they learn too, like, I don't need all of this. I love my son. My son is so simple to please. Okay. He is a gamer, diehard gamer. Like, like we were talking about that yesterday. I'm like, dude, like, you're a gamer because I'm a gamer, bro. Like, you ain't just like wake up like this. No, or technically, maybe you did because you did come for me. But you're a gamer because I'm a gamer. So he's a gamer and he's so easy to please. Like it's yep, nope, just need money. Just need money. I was checking on their Cash App the other day, and my daughter, of course, she racking. I'm just like, this one here, she gonna save it up. My son, PlayStation, 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 just all. I'm like, Jesus Christ, PlayStation got everything from you. He doesn't even, he will not even eat out. Like, wait, pause. Total pause, right? He will not go out to eat, spend his money on eating outdoors. We're fixing it, all right? We're working on it. He won't though. He won't. He is like very conservative. He in his mindset, I got pizza at home. I can go ahead and put it in my toaster oven. I got stuff at the crib. This money is for PlayStation, okay? And then my daughter, I mean, even wanting things like her stuff be like, you know, noodle makers, and you know, she'll settle out with like a nice Polaroid camera, um or a tumbler, or like she doesn't even really, she doesn't ask for much. But I think that because they were trained up, I think because of that situation that occurred where we couldn't provide them with everything, we also taught them that they had the most valuable things, which is each other, which is us, you know, which is your parents. Let's go back to Black Butterfly. He says, for me, it's been engaged in every aspect of their life, being engaged in every aspect of their life, especially with social media and all of these new theories about gender. The best parenting tool to have is to keep intact the Black family. My king, come on, hey, right on. The Black Family Foundation is the strongest component in parenting today. My king, yes. Okay, yes, I totally agree with everything that you're saying here. Being engaged and how you stress that, being in there, you know what I mean? Engaged in what's happening within your family, especially for men, you know, and this is no shade to women at all. Listen, hey kings, these are your seeds. These are your seeds. Like, check it. Yo, you've never saw the farmer plant a seed in the garden, in the environment, and then you keep the produce with the environment. Never. Like, what happens when that happens? Okay. So what happens is the crop rots. It's spoiled. The fruit doesn't belong to the environment. As a matter of fact, your children doesn't even have the same blood as you, mom. You guys don't even share the same blood. It is his children. Let that man parent his children the way in which they should, the way in which he believes they should be brought up and down. Like, if you do have a discrepancy, if you have an opinion, you have something that you want to say it. All right. But you are not the final authority of his fruit and his crop and how he has desired and designed to use them. Maybe he want to make an apple pie. Let him make an apple pie. His children, you know, and being engaged men, it is so imperative. Like, we struggle with daddy issues. All of us, whether you have one in your life or you didn't, you still eventually struggle with the ultimate daddy issue, which is also the God you serve. You know, that separation is a pain. period. And so you have to learn how to deal with your daddy issues. And so, yes, it is a tool, man. Having kings precinct in your life that are knowledgeable and willing and engaged, it is most definitely not only a tool, but a valuable one. Thank you so much, Black Butterfly. Moving on, Sheena Bella says parents who try to live vicariously through their children are crazy. Yeah, like super crazy. And a lot of this is, yeah, hey, women, we dress our children like whores. Yo, there's no other way to put it, because you didn't look like that in high school and you want to show out her shape. And you, at best, you putting her on display to be sold. This is so sad. This is so sad. If you want to go to prom, make it, do a whole prom lit theme, I don't know, event, but don't attempt to live through your child because you didn't get the opportunity to have the childhood. Move on. Move on. I think it is beyond insane. Daryl Man says, how can I get on the show? My king, listen, I already didn't had you in mind. Like, seriously, like we're already in the midst of putting together some people to be interviewed on. Thanks and shout out to Prophetess Humphrey, who is joint team, and she will be reaching out. I have her reach out to you to book a date for you. I'm honored. I can't wait. Hopefully we can get you on very soon, especially before your upcoming show, so you can promo what it is that you guys are doing. He's also having, he's looking for vendors, guys. Shout out to Daryl Mann's Performance. He is looking for vendors for his show. Reach out to him. He's on Facebook. Reach out to him if you guys are interested in being a vendor. This is a huge show coming up in April. So if you are looking to be a vendor, if you are seeking your vendor spot, hey, he's the man to be looking for this event. It's huge. She is definitely in the building. Do you hear me? Yes. Hi, Carolyn. Let me tell you about Carolyn Wilson. Listen, she has karate chopped me out of a whole door. She has just pushed me out of the airplane and just like, okay, you're gonna have to figure it out as you go down. All right, next. Thank you so much for this push, my queen. Yes, yes, yes. Being a parent comes with being creative, recreative. Hello, you got to do it over and over and over again. Most definitely, it is. You have to, because the one thing about that is you have to study your children. This is case by case specific, and the evidence of that is in the fingerprint. Everybody's different. Not one child is just like the other. Not one person is just like the other. You can have the same fruit growing in the same bed, right? And they will mature at different times. One will be right before the other, and they can be right next to each other. And you have to think about that when you're parenting. You have to think about that when you're dealing with people, because we want people to be we want them to arrive just because we're arriving. And that's not factual. That's not true. It's not going to happen like that. What happens is they mature in God's timing, just like you matured in God's timing. And you just so happen to be the person who is ahead and not too far, because you're finding yourself right on the same level playing field. But if you are just ahead in a little bit of knowledge that you have, share it. Share the wisdom, and don't expect them to, all right, well, you have to apply it now. And no, because, hey, you can be the one who is watering. You can be the one who is planting, but you'll never give the increase. Results aren't on you. Just do your job. Deliver the mail. I spoke about this the other day. I love the new postal workers. They on their iPhones, on their earbuds, excuse me. They going about that day. They got whole conversations. They come, they put your mail in the box, they out. They do not care if you have not gotten your mail over a few days or a week. Once the month is hit, they see it's piling up, they report it to the office, they keep moving. Okay. They let the office tell them whether to get the mail, take it back, or we're not delivering here anymore. Either way, it ain't their problem. They're delivering the mail and they keep it moving. Have a grand day. Okay. Shout out to oh, I see you. Come on, my king. Yeah. Sheena Bella says dressing their sons like the men they want. Girl. All right. Need we say more? Need we say more? raising them like the men they would love to be with when you know nothing about being a man. Literally, you're not equipped. Check down there. You're not equipped to be a man. So how would you know what it is for you to be a man or even raise a man? Even with my son, I raised him to the point that I could. You need a father. You need your father. Let's be very clear. You need your father. And if your father isn't present or available, I'm going to find some mentors. I'm going to find some men to take you on a tour around the kingdom. Okay. You're going to learn what it is to be a man in God's image and not not in my imagination. Okay. Reggie moving forward. Hey, Reggie Reg. I'm telling you, I need to be on that show. Listen, Reggie has one of the dopest evening shows, guys. You got to go ahead and you got to check it. It's on Tuesday evenings, man. Thank you so much, my king, for tapping in, bro. All right, back to Black Butterfly Podcast. He says, and let me be clear, everyone didn't get married to their kids' father or mother. I did, but others didn't. But if you didn't, still can keep the Black family dynamic intact by having them respect the other parent and allow that parent to be involved and engaged. Yes, sir. If they are engaged, we always support you and would love to come on. Listen, my king. Yep, I'm coming for you guys too. I can't wait. I definitely want to know when you're in the area. You can go ahead and hit me up in Messenger when you are in area, and that way we can get you guys on here. I definitely want you there. And I totally agree. Hey, if you are co-parenting at this point, right? Like right now, I do have children with the same father. However, we're not together anymore. And so when he wasn't in a household, that didn't mean that he didn't parent his children in my household. Those are his children. Period. Period. They were always taught to respect their father. They were always taught to, hey, if they have, hey mom, can I do X, Y, and Z? Did you call your daddy? You're going to call your daddy first. You're not going to omit him. You're not going to go around him. You're going to call him, and then he's going to tell me what it is that he wants. Currently, my daughter cannot receive DoorDash. It's the craziest thing in the world, right? It seems like, it's DoorDash. Everybody's doing DoorDash. Her father said no. I wanted to DoorDash her Chipotle yesterday. I had to actually go all the way out to Chipotle and get her. I had to be the dasher. Jesus Christ. I had to be the dasher yesterday because he doesn't allow her to receive DoorDash, period. That's called protecting her. If I omit that and I go around that, that puts her security in violation. Respect the other parent and teach your children to respect their fathers. They don't know the situation you and her had. Think about it. Oh, you and him had. Think about it. It's probably possibly foul anyway. Yes. We are day ones. Yes, y'all are. I see. Ron Reed in the building. The vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Definitely a vibe. Thank you for tuning in, King. Carolyn says, hey, Queen, yes, the karate chop done in love, of course. Yes, it was. It still kind of hurt a little bit, low key, but I'm out here. So I thank you. I thank you so much for that. Ron says it's a grand show. Thank you, my king. Thank you so much. Thank you, my queen. Thank you so much. It has been a journey, queen. And you've been there for a vast majority of the growth and the journey. And I thank you. I thank you for still just rocking with me from day one, yo. Like, hey, rock true friendship or not? Yo, 4L. Shout out to Black Butterfly Pod. All right, guys, we're going to slowly move into the next one, right? So we talked about parenting. Let's talk about it in relationship. Not being an April Fool in relationship. Now, it kind of ties back to the other prior to us discussing parenting. When you don't know what to do when you don't have your parents. All right, but still you not knowing what to do. And so relationship and mastering singleness goes hand in hand with each other. You have to master you, yo. You have to master you. You should have a whole degree in you. You should have an earned degree, not in Mary SelenaKay. This is not your business. I have a degree in Mary SelenaKay. You should have a degree in you. You should know how you are, when you are, what to do, how to make the adjustments, X, Y, and Z. You should have that. You should be a whole, one, and complete person. That is what you have to offer on the table to another party. And that doesn't just mean in a marital relationship. That means in any relationship. What I bring to the table is my whole mind, heart. Everybody be like, well, what do you bring to the table? Please don't make it be things. Because what it is that we can take ideas and turn them into things. I value that. I value your wisdom more than I value what you bring to the table. Everything on the table can be burnt up, including the table. Bring yourself. Have yourself something to offer. Have substance and not something. That's high value. We talk about high value men and high value women. That's high value. Having the ability to think, having wisdom, having mindset that's programmed to origin, not programmed to the way in which the world turns. You'll be easily swayed. You know what I mean? So mastering singleness, mastering who you are, being whole, being one and complete as a person. Now you take that and you put that into the relationship aspect, like we discussed. Having something to give to your significant other than sex. Because the truth of the matter is, like, you could do a whole bunch of different things with other people. Like, you can go to the movies with your mama, you can go out to eat with your friends. Like, so all of that can't be what marriage is for. The only thing you can't do with all of those people that you do with your spouse is sex and rock true intimacy. Preserve yourself. Stop giving it away. Know your worth and your value. That comes with mastering you. Because when you know who you are and to whom you belong, man, you are invincible. You can't be stopped, yo. And even that's process. That takes time. That takes maturation. Be willing. Be willing. It's one heck of a process. You have to think of yourself as a product in the potter's hand. You're a product. And so what we do is, or what he takes us through, is a quality control process. You got to go through quality control. And then once you've gone through, he takes you out. He sees, all right, then we have an imperfection here. We got a small little rock. We have air bubble. Nope, we got to reshape and reform. We may have to tear it completely down and build it right back up, whatever that process is for you. He'll send people your way to test to see if you possess the ability and capability as provided by him to love his way. Not throw in the towel, not get angry with folks, not be ready to walk away. I'm done. I'm through. I can't. Okay. That means, guess what? Back in the fire. You're going back in the fire. I don't know about you guys. I can't keep repeating the same course. I don't, it's either I'm remedial. I don't want him to think I'm remedial. What is wrong with this girl? I don't want him to think that about me. You know what I mean? But I don't want to keep repeating the same course, yo. Like this for the birds, most definitely for the birds, yo. So master singleness, man. Understand that you are growing through a quality control process, because when he puts you up on display and he slaps his name on you, namesake is everything. Namesake is everything. People ask, why does God do what he do? And then you'll get answers from people that are like, we'll never understand him. Our man isn't like his man. Well, it's not like his man. He's just telling you he doesn't think the way that we think because of the environment that we grew up in. But that doesn't stop us and negate us from knowing him, knowing his mind. Spend time with him. You'll know his mind. You'll know it. And so he loves a particular way. It's just that simple. He loves a particular way. And his namesake, his reputation is on the line. So everything he does for reputation's sake. He does so that his name isn't damaged. That's what children do. A lot of children, when they are in opposition or defiance with their parents, they damage things. They'll break things in the house, or throw stuff, this, that, and the other. But with God, I mean, everything belongs to him, so you can't really break much that one, he can't create again, or he doesn't own, and so he can probably buy it again, in a sense, just a playful sense of buying actual things. But you can't do that with him. And so the only thing that you can do for the most part is damage his reputation. And he'll take you up out of here before you do that. So you're going to damage yours, but you will not damage his. But when he slap his name on the product that is you and he puts you up on display, he wants to be proud. He wants to assure that his namesake is well represented. So you have to grow through these quality control processes. Don't attempt to omit it. Don't attempt to take shortcuts in life. Let me tell you one thing about a shortcut. The moment you start paving your way, and I'm actually going to post this picture of something that I drew about last year. I think it was about last year that I drew regarding the road to true north, and the moment that you take this shortcut in life, all roads lead back to scratch. Like Martin would say, you got to go back to scratch. All roads lead back to scratch. The moment you start paving it, and look at it, it's a dirt road, right? Where normally there's, his road is paved with gold. And then you have, flowers and grass and all these things on it. But the moment you start digging into the earth to pave your way, it's a dirt road. It's man's road. We are human. Human man is dirt man. You paving your way. And I promise you that bad boy, I don't care how the length, I don't care how long you dwell in a particular place, you're going to end back up, starting completely over. You can't just like, oh, you know what, I got it now, I could turn back. Ain't no turn back. You growing back. Ain't no turn around. You growing back to the beginning, and we're gonna do it all the way over, right from the jump to the end. So don't postpone your own becoming and your own blessing in life. Please, please, please I stress to have quality living now. Tomorrow isn't promised, man. Live and love people now. Now, man. Oh, okay. Let's go into our next one. Before we get out of here, we are moving and grooving along again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Real quick, don't forget, we are currently brought to you by Healthy in Space. Healthy in Space. All things healthy in one space. Now open Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6 p.m. Get your herbs, get your sea moss, get your tinctures, get your skincare. Yeah, get your vitamins and so much more. 6004 Broadway in Maryville, Indiana. And then they have daily specials. Guys, enjoy 10% off. Men's Health Mondays, Tea Time Tuesdays, Women's Health Wednesdays, tinctures and tonics on Thursdays, Free Radical Fridays, and Skincare Saturdays. And if you mention Rock Truth, and if you mention Mary SelenaKay, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase on all items in store, right? So you don't have to wait to these days. Any of those days, you can get 10% off because of SelenaKay. Hello, and Rock Truth. Now, we talked about mastering singleness. We talked about relationship. We talked about parenting. Now, let's move on into business practices. You don't have to be a fool all year as far as business is concerned. Listen, if you don't have those foundational things set, it's going to eventually spill right on over into your businesses, right on over into your finances as well, man. Like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let you fool you. Okay. Don't be a fool all year. Like, I just do that over here. So, I don't do that all the time. Listen, when people say stuff like this, like, yes, they do. They're giving you clear indicators. Yes, they do it all the time. Yeah, yes, they do. Okay. But how you do one thing is seriously how you do it all. So if you in business and you're running late, you're late, Lucy. You're late everywhere. You're disrespectful to time. You don't even value time, not just in a business setting, not just at work. In any setting, you're probably the late person for everything, all of your social engagements, all of your children's events. Like, you're late. Normally, I would say everything is timely, but now you late. You disrespectful to time and the value of what time is. That is a commodity that you could never get back. Listen, I'll say it again. I have to say it 2 more times because 3 times it really pricks the ear. Time is a commodity that you can never get back. Time is a commodity that you can never get back. That's one heck of a resource to be wasteful on. Live, man. Love, man. Forgive and restore your brother. It's not worth it. Even if you're right, is it worth the relationship though? Think about it. Do you value being right or do you value people? And I ain't saying you got to kick the bowls with folk all the time. That ain't what that mean. That don't mean go kick you. It's probably the reason why separation was of order. But having the relationship intact is imperative. So whenever something happens, you right there, whatever. And I'm going to keep moving it. No. No, we can't hang. No, that's not the question. However, no, I will be there for you. So you choose. You know what I mean? So how you do things, how you handle his business, how you handle kingdom business, how you handle yourself. You know, respect isn't given just because it was received. You give it whether other people give it. You love whether other people love back. That ain't they not getting your check at the end of it. They ain't got to face God for you. As a matter of fact, the moment you start bringing up somebody else, we stop in court. No, not. The moment you got tears, no, recess, we stop in court. No, no manipulations, no control tactics, no blame game here. God cut out the blame game in the fall, yo. Like you couldn't. He was like, oh, yeah, the woman did it. Oh, yeah, the serpent did it. Oh, yeah. No, nope. Everybody did it. Everybody getting punished, period. Moving forward. Is that what we are? I talked about this on I think it was the 31st, right? We were going into the new year. Is that what we are? Is that where we have still found ourselves? Not one step from the fall, still operating and from a blame game mentality. You just want to just keep blaming other people for your decision making. I don't care if she said whatever, and I don't care if she had no clothes on. What your daddy say? Do that. And even if the serpent said X, Y, and Z, as a woman, as a child, my daddy said, I remember my daughter, like you couldn't tell her nothing because she was taught. She was taught. And so people would try to tell her stuff, and she'd be like, my mama said, but my mama said, but my mama, I know that's right. Yes. Don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. What did I say? And you challenge him all the way through and through. If your daddy said X, Y, and Z, you wasn't to move. And the crazy part about it, he was the one that told you what your daddy said. Ain't that funny? And you still had doubt. But even if you have doubt, even if you have fear, take it back to the manufacturer. Don't just go get a shade tree mechanic to fix the problem. Once you have identified there's a problem, because there technically may not even be a problem. Maybe the problem is you. Maybe the problem is your thinking, right? Business practices. Don't be a fool all year long. Let me tell you something. I love Cadillac records. I love anything with like singing and musicals and just all of that jazz. Like I'm definitely of the arts. And so one thing in Cadillac records that I love was the Howlin' Wolf. He was like, we don't borrow from the store. I love everything about that. We don't borrow from the store. No, we don't borrow from the store. Okay. Because you can't serve two in any capacity. You can't serve two masters. You'll love one and hate the other, or you'll love the other and despise the other. Like you can't serve two masters. That includes serving yourself. Self-serving. You can't serve two. And so the moment that you go and you take a loan for whatever your business is, first of all, that business just became your responsibility and your results. It ain't God. It ain't on him no more. You took that out of hand. Let him sustain you. Let him take your business and grow it in a manner naturally as it should. You don't need a loan. You need to rush the process. Don't borrow against the store. And the moment something goes wrong, guess what? Now you feel indebted. Now you got to work harder. Now you got to do other things. Now you've added stress. Now you're depressed. Now you oppressed. Now you pressed. All of that. Why? When What out of your own mind you said, you told us that God gave you this vision and God gave you this business and it got God's name on it, doesn't it? You don't borrow from the store. Let him fuel you. Let him provide you with the resources and the people necessary to get his job done. Don't be a fool all year. It's different when you owe nobody. That's boss. Business practices, how we treat our people, when we have employees. Let me tell you something. Split it. That's a rock true business model. Split it. Show the people that bring equity to your business true appreciation and rock true value. Split it. If you want to make more, divide it up. Start a franchise with what it is that you're doing. Now you got a new house to split some stuff with other people. So over here, we're splitting it 3 ways. Over here, now I got another place where I'm splitting it 3 ways. You're still reaping harvest with the business practices that we have, especially with the cafe. Hey, 21% coming out. That's our tithe and our offering. That I technically believe in it. However, just relative things to the people. Our tithe and our offering, it grows back into Rock Truth so that we can redevelop it and keep pushing it and doing what it is that we need to do for the company as a whole. But after we paid expenses and all of that other stuff, hey, it is a 3-way split, 4-way split, and you have to work the day to get it. Ain't no, we don't do salaries here. A man don't work, he does not eat. It is that simple. If you show up for what it is you're doing, you get paid for that. If you're not there, you don't. Don't be a fool all year. Business practices. Okay, so time is winding down, still grows into our finances. Don't be a fool all year. You ain't got to keep up with the Joneses. I promise you, it's a lot of us out here that don't even know some Joneses. The best we know is Love Jones. Okay, we do not know them. You ain't got to keep up with them. You're in your own lane. Mark your own territory. Stay in bound. When you're out of bounds, it's a foul. Flag on play. Like, stay within bound. You do not have to go out to eat all the time. You ain't got to go on 5,000 vacations. You don't have to buy unlimited amounts of clothes and shoes. This is insane. And again, growing back to just this whole journey of Rock Truth and where God has gotten me, don't think for 2 seconds I wasn't thinking the same. Just blown through money, crazy money I've blown through just to keep up. Man, what a life, man. I kind of think back to that, just to keep up with folks that don't even care nothing about me. Folks that ain't even here today. Like, this is crazy. Folks that I thought highly of, and they thought very low of me. Okay, very low of me. Lack the value thereof for me, But right into your finances, if you're starting up a business with Rock Truth, we're starting up. Note to self: everything grows back into that business. Please don't be counting them dollars. Everything grows right back into it. Instead of going out to eat, hey, cook. Buy groceries, bro. Sis, cook at the crib. Show Rock True discipline. It's the battle of the gut every single day. Everything that we have is the battle of the gut, man. Show some self-control. What you believe over what you crave. Your convictions over your appetite. What he said over what you say. It ain't people telling you things. It's you believing it. You telling you stuff. You're taking in the improper food here, which is going to make you take in the improper food here. We don't have to live off of everything we thought, man. You have to value things. Value people. Value yourself. Value your mindset. Be grateful. I woke up today. I'm just like, man, thank God, Like, thank God for certain things. I'm telling you, yo, you'll never appreciate a hot shower until you're not able to take one. You'll never appreciate just having a bed to sleep in unless you don't have one. You don't value heat. You don't value stillness. You don't value, uh, man, peace until it's stripped. You know, get back into valuing things again so you can take your money and your resources and put it in things that matter. King was talking about earlier, the black family. Invest in the black family. That's where all of our problems in society are stemming from. It is the lack of value that we have placed on family. This is where we get blood spilling into our streets, man. Shout out to Sheena Gadan. Sheena Gadan is in the building by way of New York City in New York. What's going on with Sheena Gadan? She used to be the host of Rock Bottom. I got it right today, Rod, where you don't look like what you've been through. Shout out to Miss Sheena Gadan. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wrapping it up, guys. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for contributing, for tuning in, for your comments. But again, don't be an April Fool all year. Don't be an April Fool all year, man. Live his way. Love his way. Obey his law. You experience this lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's a way in which joy is a lifestyle, babe. It just truly is. Peace is a lifestyle. It's not just a byproduct of the fruit love. It's a lifestyle. Clothe yourself in that. That's the garment of choice. And that's the garment, not Louis. Like that's the garment of choice. Yeah, man. It's a lifestyle. Teach, brother. Temperance. It's a lifestyle. Having self-control, having you inner and under submission and control, man. It's a lifestyle. Guarding your heart and your mind. It's a lifestyle. So again, mastering singleness. Let's take it back from the top to the bottom. Not being an April Fool all year. Mastering singleness. Mastering singleness. Being whole, one, and complete as a person. Having something to offer other people besides materialistic things or things that the world value. Having an ability to think, having wisdom. Don't be a fool all year. Relationship, man. Relationship that ties right back into relationship. Once you know who you are and to whom you belong, man, you become a valuable commodity. You have something to offer. This doesn't apply just in marital statuses. This applies in friendships, first and foremost, because everything is friendship, including parenting. People say, I don't want to be my child friend. Not in the sense that the world defines friendship. A friend, a rock true friend, tells you the truth every time. So if by definition I'm my children's friend, because I tell them the truth every single time, ain't no Santa Claus, ain't no tooth fairy, ain't none of that stuff. Because once I start talking to you about Jesus, you won't believe me if I start lying to you. Ain't none of that happening. So yeah, I'm my children's friend. They get told the truth. Tell the truth in relationships. Stop living a lie. That's foolish. That's being a fool all year. Parenting, equip your children, man. Stop thinking that what it is that you teach in your home has nothing to do with nobody else. It's not true. What's going on in your neighbor's home has every bit to do with you, because eventually they got to go to school together. They got to be at daycare together. In the field that I work doing casework, man, listen, they doing all this crazy stuff in their houses. We got children purping on other children in daycare. Don't tell me what's going on next door has nothing to do with me. It infects and affects my home too. Anybody ever live next to who live next door to somebody who has serious infestation problems? Eventually, they coming over to your house. Okay, same thing. It's an infection that's spreading, and if any infection is going to spread, let it be God's love. Business practices, we talked about that, man. It's not necessarily about how your business is functioning. That business is set up for you to now treat people morally. Finances, man, don't be a fool with your finances. Invest in the things of quality. Invest in the things that matter in life. Invest in the things that will reap harvest. Invest in people. Invest in yourself. You're worth it. Know your worth, know your value. You're worth it. And most importantly, invest in kingdom business. God is worth it. He's worth it. I'm grateful for this Sunday, man, as I journey forward, and a lot of different things in my life have changed. And I come to understand truly who I am. Is crazy because it took a SWOT analysis probably back in 2011, I'm thinking maybe even 12, and kind of like grow through like what's your weaknesses, what are your strengths, and different stuff like that. And me not necessarily knowing that that will play a huge part into who I am today, but it clearly at that time I defined where I work best with 12 to 21-year-olds and then adults, of course. And then my primary goal is to help companies, help missions who have gone off track get back to their original mission, the original value, the original plan that was at stake, not holding them to tradition, but getting them back to, hey, remember, this is why you started this. But then with ministry, saying, hey, this is why God started this. It had nothing to do with religion, everything to do with relationship and kingdom culture. Shout out to Della. Hey, Della's in the building. Yo, I'll be hosting her show coming up very soon. Get with her. I think she's still looking for vendors, maybe, possibly not. I'm not sure. However, but get with Miss Della Williamson. Shout out to Delicious Design. Y'all gonna love all of them accessories, babe. What's going on? Miss Keish Gibson in the building. Hey, boo, hey. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're ready to get out of here. Yo, it has been an amazing blast. Please outstress. Hey, Miss Nicole, relationship is correct, baby, and so is kingdom culture. Okay, I'm not playing about that. Get culture, babe. Get cultured, babe. Yo. All right, guys. So we out. Shout out to Healthy in Space. Shout out to the Vibe as always. Yo, what are we gonna do? Rock truth. Absolutely nothing at all. Peace.
We gon' rock the truth.